something to like that made like some sort of sense to make people shut up about it because I really don't think they had a timeline in mind. And then and
Right.
then besides like the direct sequels for each game, I think Zelda 1 and 2
Or the
were
first,
direct
yeah.
sequels. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask were direct sequels. Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, those are directly related to each other.
Along
Um,
with Wind Waker.
is Spirit Tracks the not Spirit Tracks? Phantom Hourglass, is that right after Wind Waker?
Yes.
Yeah, so like
But
those are the other few Zelda games I didn't play were the DS ones.
yeah.
But yeah, like there's very there are a few Zelda games that kind of like are linked to each other directly, but like in terms of like a timeline, like when happens, and then like the fact that the timeline splits into three different like separate timelines depending on what the hell happens between like what is it like if the hero dies, if Link dies, or if Link succeeds, and then there's like a third timeline which I forget. But yeah, I really think Nintendo's just like and they just like made something up. I think the simplest thing is to treat each Zelda game as something unique and individual and unrelated
Right.
to the other.
Yeah, what makes this pretty much creates this idea of a timeline was in the back of the box of A Link to the Past back in '91, I think. Was it '91 or was it some other year? Or well, anyways, at the release of Link to the Past and for Super Nintendo, it said it stars the direct descendant of Link and Zelda. Hmm. But and after that, Miyamoto also had this uh, had this interview where he was asked about the timeline of the games, and he said that Link to the Past is last, and Ocarina of Time was the first. We're not entirely sure if this was because as Miyamoto was caught off guard by the question or not. As I like to think.
Yeah, probably could have. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
People are will try to make sense of a question that they came up with themselves, and then like in search of like the answer, they're just like they won't stop until they have an answer. And then
Right.
when you get enough of those people in a group, it kind of like press your hand. And so, yeah, I don't know if Nintendo, Miyamoto, whoever, they come out and say, "Hey, man, we made the timeline up on the spot for like the book." Like I wouldn't be mad. I probably wouldn't really care because it's just to me, you know, the timeline doesn't like solve anything. But besides like try to solve someone's curiosity, needless curiosity really. And
Hmm.
yeah.
And it looks like we're not gonna make that 15-minute mark after all. It looks like. I guess we'll put it in three parts. But anyways, right. But last thing I'm gonna talk about, and this was a theory that that's kind of funny, but it provides food for thought. Is that Din, the goddess of power, is considered an evil goddess? Hmm.
Is an evil goddess.
Yeah, it's mainly due to the fact that Ganondorf always has the Triforce of Power in any iteration of the game. What do you think?
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what would make Din an evil goddess. You end up getting her power,
Yeah.
so I wonder because
Well,
you do end up getting your power, and it's required in order to even get past, or rather, in order to even get into the Shadow Temple.
right.
Um, of course, without glitching anyway.
Actually, I think the one thing that kind of disproves this is the fact that whenever someone touches the Triforce, if they have an evil heart, then the Triforce splits into three. And the person who represents that part of of the Triforce the most, it was the person touches that Triforce and represents that part of the Triforce, they get that part of the Triforce. Because Ganondorf actually wanted power, he actually gained the Triforce of power. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like saying a evil person has a lot of courage, but actually has more to do with it. Actually, also on a related note, there's also another theory I have, and I kind of thought of this theory a long time ago, and at least I think a lot of people have thought of it as well. Is that Ganondorf might not actually be an evil person, well, at least in Wind Waker's or as shown. Hmm. In this little theory, it's just Ganondorf shows talks about why he wanted a Triforce to help, and it's summed up in like these few quotes that where he's from, the scorching sun, the wind brings a scorching wind in the day, while while at night it becomes frigidly cold. No matter how much the wind blows, death always comes. But when it makes it to Hyrule, well, the wind doesn't bring such harm. It was great. He coveted that wind, and so basically he wanted to get the Triforce to make a better life for him and his people, the Gerudos. What do you think?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ganondorf is more so a misunderstood hero,
Yeah,
and we're picking on him.
yeah. But then again, a lot of his motives actually deviate between games. So, but and we're just talking about the Wind Waker. Hmm. But but once again, these are all theories. We like to know what other people think of these. So leave in the comments what you guys think of Ganondorf or any of these theories, and post on the comments of what you think should we talk about. I think is your favorite theory. It could be from this video, it could be from MatPat, or it could be from someone else. Oh, and by the way, we are not making that 15-minute time limit.
That's fine.
Yeah,
We
well,
can do. You know
we
what?
could do
This
a
could be.
multi-parter.
You want a multi-parter?
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say this could just be the. This could be the first podcast episode right
Okay,
here.
all right, all right. Let's talk about the next segment, the news desk, and we're just gonna talk about the biggest one on the internet, ProJared. Have you heard about this news about ProJared?
Yeah, I heard about it.
I found out about it from like multiple people, from Gerard Completionist to Review Tech USA. If people do not know, it's the fact that ProJared actually cheated on his wife, and that's not all of it. He turns out in the past he allegedly sent dick pics to underage women, girls, underage teenage girls, and had said teenage girls send nude pics towards him. It's it's the most disgusting thing I've heard in my entire life. If it kind of paints a horrible picture of ProJared for me, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd hope it paint a horrible picture of ProJared for anybody, really.
Yeah,
um. Yeah.
my only thought is that I just want to know if Pro Jared can survive from this, but I don't think. I'm not sure if I can respect him the way I did before. You know.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. That's when it comes to like crimes, I don't think there's much of a redemption that could be made.
Right.
I would suggest, or rather say, the best that he could do. It doesn't seem like he's charged with like anything in particular, if I'm not mistaken. The best he can do is um accept that there's not going to be an internet like comeback
Right.
uh by any stretch. You know,
Mm,
like move on with the lessons learned. You know, and like what I mean, just fade into like
obscurity.
obscurity. Like yeah, it's just like what I mean? Like what else can you really do if you're pro Jared? Like um you know what I mean? Like the best you'd want is for people to just forget you exist
Mm,
for what you did. And like he's lucky. He's lucky. He's like for Mike, unless like there's something different. I don't believe he's been charged with anything in particular. Like he's not going to jail or anything. I think he's lucky enough to have gotten off like the way he did. Just take your internet beating and leave the net and pursue like something different in a space where no one really knows who you are, so that you can't be
right.
outed as like the